Good afternoon, everyone. Today, we are meeting for our bi-county virtual meeting. Today is Thursday, May 7th, 2020. I am County Council member and County Council Chair Todd Turner from Prince George's County. This bi-county meeting is between both Prince George's County Council and the Montgomery County Council. With that, let me just start with some introductory remarks as we go through our review, as well as voting procedures for this bi-county meeting. First of all, I want to say, President Katz, on behalf of my colleagues on the Prince George's County Council, I'm pleased and welcome you and your colleagues from Montgomery County Council to the 2020 bi-county meeting. We are grateful to be able to connect again, this time, obviously, via virtual technology, given our circumstances. So let me start off by introducing our members, and I will start with my members on the Prince George's County Council, as we are the host of this meeting virtually today. And I will simply start by doing it by district, and then we will move to our at-large member. Mr. Denoga.
Good afternoon. Great to be here. Tom Denoga, County Council, District 1.
Ms. Galeros.
County Councilmember Danielle Galeros, District 3.
Apologize. I saw Ms. Tavares late. Go ahead, Ms. Tavares.
Hi everyone. This is County Councilmember Denny Tavares, District 2.
Councilmember Ivy.
Hi, I'm Jolene Ivy, County Council Member, District 5.
Good afternoon. I'm Councilmember Derek Leon Davis, and I represent Prince George's County's District 6.
Good afternoon. My name is Rodney Streeter, and I represent Prince George's County District 7.
Ms. Anderson Walker. Just make sure you're unmuted.
And good afternoon. I'm Monique Anderson Walker, representing Councilman District 8.
Mr. Harrison.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sidney Harrison. I represent County Council District 9, southern part of Prince George's County.
Thank you. And our Vice Chair and at-large member.
Good afternoon. My name is Calvin Hawkins, and as the chair said, I'm a council member at large.
And then I have Councilmember Franklin has joined us as well.
Good afternoon, everyone. Councilmember Mel Franklin, one of your two at-large members, along with my friend Calvin Hawkins. Thank you so much.
Thank you, colleague. Turn now to President Katz for introduction of the Montgomery County Council members.
Well, thank you very much, Councilman Turner. It's always good to see you. We go back a few years ago when we first met as municipal officials, and it's always good to see you and all our friends from Prince George's County. I'm going to ask Vice President Hucker to introduce himself, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. I feel like I just saw you yesterday. Tom Hucker, Vice President of Montgomery County Council and representing District 5. Very nice to see you all again.
And in alphabetical order, Councilmember Albornoz.
Hello, everybody. I'm Councilmember Gabe Albornoz, one of the 4 at-large members.
Councilmember Friedson.
Hello, Andrew Friedson, Councilmember from District 1.
Councilmember Glass.
Evan Glass, at-large council member.
Councilmember Jawando.
Good afternoon, everybody. Will Jawando, council member at large.
Councilmember Navarro.
Good afternoon. I'm Nancy Navarro, council member representing District 4, Montgomery County.
Councilmember Rice.
Good afternoon, everyone. Craig Rice, Montgomery County Council, representing District 2.
Councilmember Reamer.
Hi, everybody. Glad to be here.
All right. He's at large. He's very shy and didn't want to tell anyone. Councilmember Turner, Chair Turner, we will turn it back to you.
Thank you very much, President Katz. And I guess this is a saying, be careful what you start out doing when you end up being chairs of your respective county councils. But I appreciate all of you being with us this afternoon. So in light of the health pandemic, obviously, and the states of emergencies that we are both operating under, this has been and continues to be a challenging time for the residents of our 2 counties and of our governments as well. In addition, I know that you are working nonstop, as we are, obviously, even during these uncertain times, to make budget decisions for the fiscal year 2021 upcoming year. Our purpose for today is to review and adopt the fiscal year 2021 budgets for the bi-county agencies, including the Washington Suburban Sanitary Commission, the bi-county portion of the Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission, and the Washington Suburban Transit Commission. I want to thank the hardworking commissioners of both the Park and Planning Commission, as well as the WSSC Commission, as well as their staff from both the counties for their work in preparing their budgets this year. I also want to thank the staff, our joint staffs, both council members as well as our technical support teams for all their efforts behind the scenes to make hopefully this run smoothly this afternoon. But before we turn to our budget update from our staff, I would like to review our voting procedures we have used in the past. Traditionally, a motion would be made by one member of one council, must be seconded by a member of the other council. Also, a majority of each of the councils must vote in favor of the motion in order for it to pass. In addition, President Katz, if you agree, as we have in the past, I suggest that we adopt another practice, which is that we vote on all budgets in one motion. If that's acceptable, thank you.
It is acceptable to us.
Right. With that, let me turn over to Executive Director Marlene Michelson and our Council Administrator Robert Williams to summarize the joint staff recommendations on these three budgets. With that, Ms. Michelson.
Good afternoon, council members. Mr. Williams and I continued our annual tradition of discussing the joint budgets and the recommendations of each of our councils, and we've reached agreement on all issues that we are presenting to you today. For the Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission, our council chose to follow a practice it is doing with all other budgets, which is to look at a continuity of services options, no funding of new programs and initiatives. The Prince George's County County Council agreed with our recommendations with one exception, and that was for the Supplier Diversity Program. Mr. Williams and I recommend that you take the total amount of the reductions, but that it include filling the Supplier Diversity Program position, and that you ask the Commission to find the offsetting reductions someplace else in the budget.
Moving further, council members, in regard to the WSSC budget and capital improvement program, we nations on attached circle pages 2 to 4 in your packets. Certainly in light of the extraordinary financial challenges being faced throughout the nation and our local governments, we recommend that the councils concur on the reduction of $6.5 million in the WSSC proposed operating budget. The majority of those reductions we recommend be realized by way of elimination of the compensation adjustments and or in accord with what is done by the counties in adopting our budgets. The joint staff recommendations are for approval of the FY21 through 26 WSSC CIP with no changes, as reflected on the circle page 2 of how WSSC has made us aware of one technical correction, does not have any substantive impact, but the technical correction to the matrix on circle page 3 noted there that reference the CIP being transmitted on September 18th, 2019. You're actually addressing and adopting the FY21 capital budget and the FY21 through 26 CIP as transmitted on March 1st, 2020. And both councils have reviewed that document. Finally, in reference to the WSTC budget, we recommend approval of the FY 2021 amounts proposed for Prince George's County, $105,738, and for Montgomery County, $123,741. Letters on all of these All of these are noted on from the Chairman Turner and President Katz are noted beginning in your packets on page 5.
And with one final change to note in terms of compensation for the Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission, we recommend that this year the councils not approve compensation increases. Our councils have not finished all of their discussions on compensation for other agencies, but we're recommending at this time that there be no increases, and that should circumstances permit, you may want to revisit this at some point in the future. And I believe that completes our recommendations.
Thank you, Ms. Michelson, and thank you, Mr. Williams, for your recommendations. All members of both councils clear on the staff recommendations at this point, with the one technical correction on the WSSC budget. Thank you. With that, let me turn to Vice Chair Hawkins for the purpose of making a motion to approve all 3 budgets and recommendations by staff. Mr. Hawkins.
Mr. Chair, I move based on the motion. I move this motion based on what we heard and all council members agree to.
Thank you, Mr. Hawkins. President Katz, is there a person on your side who would like to second the motion?
Vice President Hucker, I believe, might want to do that honor.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. I second the Vice Chairman's motion.
Thank you very much, Council Members Hawkins and Council Members Hucker. With that, everyone, under any discussion on the motions, as we do on our side? Seeing no hands, any chats. With that, all those in favor, please say aye, or raise your hand, or do both.
Aye.
Aye. Let it reflect that I think the vote is unanimous of all the members of the council present on the 3 proposed budgets and recommendations by staff. Therefore, the budgets stand approved as done. Before I accept a motion to adjourn and a second on that, I just want to thank again our colleagues from Montgomery County Council. We obviously know this is difficult times. The staff recommendation, particularly on the compensation, is one that I know I'm sure we share, that it's not something that we want to consider and do, but given the circumstances, it's something that's an option that we do have to consider and potentially do when we both adopt our respective budgets. So let me just turn back to President Katz for any closing comments before I accept the motion to adjourn.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. This truly is a unique day for both of us. We've certainly, I guess it's the only time in the history of either county that it was done this way, but it certainly worked out just fine. We appreciate all of your fine efforts and look forward to working with you on a continual basis on many other topics. And we are going back into session right after this. And if your members wanted to watch our meetings, this is a golden opportunity for you. I know you don't have enough meetings to watch, so thank you very much for your hospitality.
Thank you very much, President Katz. We appreciate that. I'm sure some of my colleagues might do that, but I think they have enough on their hands right now with our budget.
Somehow, yeah.
Well, we wish you well with your conclusion of your budget considerations, and we do look forward to our work together. I know we were able to have a joint committee session earlier this year, and if there's opportunities for those kind of activities now virtually, I guess for the time being, feel free once we conclude our budgets and get back into our legislative calendar as best we can. With that, is there a motion to adjourn from
Mr. Chair, I move adjournment.
I have a motion by Mr. Davis. Is there a second by a member of Montgomery?
Second.
I have Mr.
Everybody
Rice.
from Montgomery seconded it.
And you're not adjourning your meeting. You're still going.
No.
So,
Yeah, they're not going to get that lucky. Yeah.
So I got a motion by Mr. Davis from Prince George's County, seconded by Councilmember Rice from Montgomery County. All those in favor say aye or raise your hand.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. I believe that's unanimous on all. Again, I don't see any opposition or any others. So with that, we will conclude our 2020 bi-county joint meeting. We wish you well, be safe, and we look forward to seeing you maybe virtually again.
There you go.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care. Thanks.